The Counter-Strike community has been buzzing with speculation following the discovery of a brand new case type in CS2, and that's referred to as the Volatile Case. Unlike the traditional cases where players purchase keys for a randomized item, this leaked feature suggests a radically different approach and the possibility of directly purchasing the specific skin within a case. Now, if this does end up being true, this change would mark one of the most dramatic shifts in the history of Counter-Strike skin economy, and it could quite possibly reshape how players interact with their cosmetics, the marketplace, and even the broader legal debates surrounding loot boxes. So in today's video, that's what I'm going to break down. I'm going to break down everything we know about the Volatile Case and what this could mean for the future of Counter-Strike. If you're excited for this video, don't forget, drop a like, subscribe with your notifications turned on, and now let's deep dive into the future of CS2 cases. So the first hints of this new feature came from the well-known data miner and leaker Gabe Follower on Twitter, who unearthed details suggesting that the Volatile Case might allow players to bypass the randomness of unboxing entirely. Instead of opening the case and hoping for a rare drop, the player could select the skin they wanted and buy it outright. This would be a stark departure from the gambling style mechanics that have defined Counter-Strike's case system since the introduction in CSGO back in 2013. For over a decade, the thrill of unboxing has just been tied to uncertainty. Players never know whether or not they're going to get a common skin or the jackpot tier knife, and the Volatile Case system could honestly flip this on its head. The word volatile itself hints at change and unpredictability, and the community has been busy theorizing what this could mean in practice. One of the most compelling theories revolves around the idea of connecting with the in-game character referred to as the arms dealer. And if you're not aware, this is the same character that helps us with our trade-up contracts. But this character could serve as the middleman for most of these transactions. Instead of unsealing a case with a key, players might negotiate or purchase a specific skin through the arms dealer. This would not only add a narrative flair to the process of acquiring skins, this could also provide Valve a workaround in regards to the skins, skin economy, loot boxes, and the gambling mechanics in their game. By shifting focus towards a system of transparency and player choice, Valve could preserve the lucrative case economy while reducing the risk of legal challenges. This idea sparked many mixed reactions across the Counter-Strike community, some players welcoming the idea and celebrating the fact that they might actually be able to target the skins they want without having to spend hundreds of dollars chasing the probability. Others in the community, however, feel that this could rob the case economy in the skin system as we know it. If skins can simply be bought directly, some fear that this could crash the skin market. I guess this truly only matters about how this system could actually be implemented. Reddit threads dedicated to this leak showcase this divide already. One player pointed out that according to Gabe Follower's notes, this new system could be linked to the armory stars, the existing in-game currency tied to the armory pass. This could mean that these skins wouldn't necessarily be bought with real-world money, but instead with a controlled currency that players earn through the gameplay or purchase through specific passes. Others like myself have speculated that this system might tie into the rumored bidding system or the auction mechanics that are coming to the armory pass. If that is the case, the Volatile Case might not simply allow direct purchases, but could instead connect skins to a dynamic pricing model where players compete or bid for the chance to secure the cosmetic items that they want. Another theory surfaced when the community members suggested that connecting a Volatile Case to the arms dealer might cause the items from the case to appear temporarily in the in-game auction house. In this scenario, instead of unlocking the skin directly, the case would be absorbed, granting the player access for specific listings in the auction system. This could also mean that only a handful of cases can be converted each week, forcing players to choose carefully which cases to use and when. If successful, this system could create a new layer of strategy around the case consumption, with players attempting to maximize their chances of securing high-tier items for lower prices. If Valve is truly considering implementing such a system, the implications for the Counter-Strike skin economy are massive. For years, the secondary market has thrived on uncertainty and speculation. Many skin collectors often pay massive premiums for skins freshly unboxed from cases, and that's because the probability of obtaining them are so low. By introducing a mechanic that lets players bypass the randomness and buy directly, Valve could destabilize the balance between the supply and demand. Rare skins might flood the market if players can target them directly, driving down prices, and even making these skins not as desirable anymore. On the other hand, Valve might mitigate this by pricing these specific skins at a much higher rate than their randomized counterparts, essentially controlling scarcity by gatekeeping skins. And of course, the benefits of this system would be just as good. Transparency would allow players to feel like they're making meaningful purchases rather than throwing money into a slot machine. Policymakers who have long criticized the loot box systems as predatory might view the Volatile Case system as a positive evolution. By giving players the option to buy skins outright, Valve could position itself as a leader in ethical monetization, setting a precedent for other games struggling with similar controversies. For the average player, the opportunity to finally secure a dream skin skin without gambling away hundreds of dollars might feel like a breath of fresh air. There is a thought in the back of my head that when I think of this volatile case system, that maybe at its core, this system might just be microtransactions, where yes, you pick the skin that you want, you buy the skin, you own the skin, you're stuck with it forever, and now it's untradeable. This risk for Valve is just as real. The thrill of unboxing is a core part of Counter-Strike's identity, and removing this or de-emphasizing this could alienate a portion of the community. There's also the danger that Valve might overcorrect the pricing of direct purchases. They might be so high that they become inaccessible for most players. In this case, this system might simply replace one frustration with another. Instead of gambling for slim odds, players would be staring at price tags far beyond their budget. Even worse still, if certain skins are available for direct purchases while others remain locked behind the randomization, Valve could create a tiered economy that sparks resentment among players. I personally feel that if this is new skins that are introduced and they're locked behind the volatile case system, I truly feel that the only right way to do this is make those skins untradeable. You buy the skin in the case, you get to own the skin, and it's stuck in your inventory forever. You can't trade it, it can't be a part of the market, and it's trapped there. Now, another important angle to consider is how this change might interact with the gambling sites and third-party economies. For years, skin gambling has been the shadow industry around Counter-Strike, drawing both the casual players and high rollers. If players now can purchase skins outright through the volatile case system, it could quite undermine the secondary markets by reducing their value of skins. At the same time, it might also create new opportunities for gambling operators to exploit the direct purchase mechanics. It truly is hard to predict what this case could do to the skin market and the case market as we know it. For now, everything remains up in the air for what's going to happen with this volatile case. This truly could be a feature for countries like the Netherlands that can't open cases or can't interact with the market because of the gambling policies that the country has. But many of the data miners and leakers often point towards features that never fully materialize, and Valve themselves are also notorious for iterating this in secrecy until it feels like the system is ready to launch. The volatile case could appear in its current and rumored form, or it could be drastically altered before the release or never make it into the live game at all. Still, the very idea that Valve is experimenting with alternatives to the traditional unboxing shows that the company is at least aware of the growing challenges around the monetization model and the future of cases. Now, what players should keep an eye out for are the small signals. If future CS2 patches introduce new interface elements like the reference to an arms dealer or a buy now button for cases, it could mean that we are closer than ever to seeing this volatile case in action. Also, any updates to the Armory Star system or the rumored bidding system that's coming to the Armory Pass, these small hints could be the shift towards new cases in the future. Valve tends to build these features slowly, often planting seeds months in advance before finally unveiling them. So we got to keep an eye out. This could change everything that we know about the Counter-Strike market and skins. I'll make sure to keep you guys updated, but that's going to wrap it up with today's video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this. How do you think the volatile case system will work? Do you think it's a good idea for Valve to introduce microtransaction skins? Don't forget about the giveaway. Those details will be in the pinned comments. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This has been Zach. I'll catch you guys in the next one.